Hey guys, I hope you're good. I know it's been a while. It's always been a while. Every time it's always a while. I'm trying to find my footing posting honestly because things are moving too fast, if that's how I would put it. So you can imagine I'm struggling to keep up. There's a lot going on. I want to update you so bad and I will. Before the year ends, I must. I'll post a couple of videos just to update you on how my year has been because honestly, I haven't posted so much this year, but I will. And I don't know whether this video will come after I've posted those videos or before, but however it comes, I'm sure you get what I mean. Anyway, so remember Preply. Preply was that platform that I applied to be a tutor because I mean we must get this bag. So I applied a year ago. So today I officially, was it today? No, yesterday I clocked a year, 365 days on the platform. And I just opened it today. And the reason why that is a thing, or why I'm highlighting that the way I have, is because it has not been a successful journey. 1 year later, I have only had one trial lesson, which came a few weeks ago. So even before then, I hadn't had any trial lesson. What actually happened was I've had so many lessons being cancelled. In fact, let me just show you right here. Some people that have messaged me. Okay. So if you look at this, I don't know if you can see this here. All these are people who have messaged me, who would want to learn business strategy. Okay. I'm sure you can see from how I'm scrolling. So I've had all these people text me. Some of them just reach out, I respond, they don't reach back out again. So it's very discouraging sometimes when you really wanna do something, you really set your mind to do something, you have positioned yourself the right way, but then people don't really want to respond. People really don't. Yet, the craziest thing is they're the ones who come to me, and that's what the platform is for. It is to help you position yourself and attract those students. So I made sure that I position myself the right way. And even when they come, they're the same ones who don't respond when I text them back. So I don't know whether they find better tutors. I don't know whether it's my profile that turns them away. I don't know. But for them to have reached out, it means that my profile must have fascinated them. So them not responding after I've responded to them doesn't make sense. Nonetheless, it is what it is. I've only had one person schedule a lesson and follow up on that lesson. And it was a trial lesson. I don't know if you remember, or if I even told you, that what happens on this platform called Preply is it's primarily a language learning app, but they introduced tutorage of other disciplines and other subjects. So you can teach business strategy, you can teach artificial intelligence, you can teach software engineering, you can teach mathematics, not just language, but it's primarily for language learning. So what was I saying? Business strategy. Okay. So since I position myself as a business strategy tutor, right? The platform called Preply itself, what it does is it takes a commission, if that's the word I would use. So okay, case scenario, a student comes and books a trial lesson with me. So what usually happens is they get a trial lesson, and then that helps them determine whether they want to continue with that tutor. So when they book a lesson, they get charged, and after they have been charged, obviously the platform lets me know, this student has booked a lesson at this particular time. better show up. But now what happens with the trial lesson is the money, because they usually charge per lesson, and each lesson is 50 minutes. So depending on the rate that you have indicated, as for me, it's $25 an hour or per lesson. So if that's what you've indicated, that's exactly what that student will be charged. So for that student, actually it's $24 an hour, not 25. For that student to get a lesson with me, trial or regular, they're gonna get charged $24. But now what happens with Preply is it takes that $24 for the trial lesson, and then it guarantees the student upon them deciding whether or not that is the tutor they want to continue learning with or learning from, then that money that has been charged on the trial lesson, if say they decide that that is the tutor, Preply is going to take that money. But now from there on, lessons that have been booked by the student for you to tutor them, you're going to get 67% of the money. They're going to take 33% of it as commission for the first 0 to 40 hours. So the more you teach, the more hours you rack up, the less money they're going to take. So the commission usually goes down. So from 33% to 28% to 22% to 18%. I think that's how it usually goes. So the more hours you have, the more money you get because the less commission they're going to take. But for the trial lesson, for everybody, every tutor that is on Preply, Preply takes all the cash for the trial lesson. So that now in the case where the student says, no, I don't want to continue with that tutor based on the trial lesson, Preply guarantees them their cash back. Or it tells them, actually, no, it guarantees them the cash back and then it provides a new tutor that they could explore and then they could pay the rate that that tutor has indicated on their profile. So I got one student, but now I don't know whether he understood how Preply works because he booked a 25-minute lesson as a trial lesson. Obviously, he had to pay the price, the cost, which was $24 an hour. And then we didn't have enough time, so he ended up just having 25 minutes with me. And maybe he felt like because that is not enough time for us to get to make any progress. Plus, when he came, what happened was, I wish I filmed this honestly. When he came, he said that he had an interview 2 days from that day when we were doing the lesson, and so he wanted help knowing how he's going to approach that interview. Now, here's the thing, he's a very accomplished guy, he's way older than me. What I feel he came into our session expecting was that I was going to be a language tutor. That's the thing with Preply, is that because it's mainly positioned as a language tutorship platform, I feel like he came expecting me to help him with English because he was from Saudi Arabia, so I don't know whether to say he's Arab because I heard that, you can't just classify them as one. They're different. So let me just say he's from Saudi Arabia. And so he wanted help with his English because the interview he was going to was primarily of English speakers. So I didn't know how to tell him, but I couldn't because this was the first lesson. So there's no way I could turn him down. So I decided, you know what, I'm good in English, so might as well leverage what I have right now because I felt ambushed. When they text you, primarily or typically, what you're supposed to do as a tutor is you reach back out to them and tell them, I would like to know your goals or what you're pursuing and where you are with this particular subject that you're going to be talking about, right? So in this case, it is business strategy, and I can even show you here. So uh, here he is. If you look, Preply usually sends a notification that you have somebody who is interested about about business strategy and wants to learn with you. Then once they have paid for the trial lesson and they've booked, then Preply lets you know. Then what did I do? I reached out, as you can see, and I asked him about his goals, about his position, how much experience and how much knowledge does he have on business strategy, so that I can know where I'm going to start from. Is he a beginner? Is he an amateur? Is he a professional at it, or is he an expert? And he didn't respond until when we were supposed to have the the lesson. So I had no choice but to go in blindly, you know. So we ended up doing the lesson, and then we completed the lesson, and then I commended him. And then I sent him materials that he could use to prepare for his interview. I sent him everything, but he never got back to me. So I felt really discouraged, but I did a lot because I really wanted to help him out. And he also came to me very impromptu, and he wasn't really sharing any information to help me understand how to help him. So I didn't know that he was coming for English tutorship, but he did. I couldn't turn him away. And I obviously wouldn't also want to do that, because if there's something I can help you with, then let me help you. It turns out that he was an expert at business strategy, so I didn't need to teach him anything on that. It was more on the English. So I decided to just roll with it. And because he booked a 25-minute lesson, when the 25 minutes are over, you can't extend until he pays for another lesson. So that's the protocol. So I couldn't extend the lesson for him as long as that's what he booked. Like, that's the length he actually booked. So because he couldn't also get so much out of it, because now I had to ask him these questions. Okay, what's your name? Where are you from? What do you do? How much knowledge do you have on business strategy? What is your experience? Which are questions that he could have answered on the text. So we used a lot of time on that. So by the time I even got to know, oh, he's here for English, we were already like 15 minutes into the lesson. So we had like only 10 minutes to work with. So when he explained to me exactly what he wanted, I tried working with that, and I tried to figure it out and improvise in the moment. And I felt like we did something, but not enough to justify the money that he paid. And that's why I feel he probably did not come back, because he felt like, I didn't get much out of this. And he probably didn't know how Preply works. So he thought that I scammed him by having paid $24 for the hour, yet he only got 25 minutes of the lesson. So he probably felt duped because he didn't get much value out of it. So it was as if, you know. So I feel like that's what made him decide not to come back. So he never did, unfortunately. But it is what it is. That is the only action I've gotten. Because I've actually had someone like, I'm just gonna hide their name for the sake of privacy. But if you look here, there's this one whom we actually had conversation with. I don't even know whether the name has been hidden, but we had a conversation with this one, and she engaged me. We talked on the chat. I got to know where she's at, what she's looking for, what she would like, and she was the most ideal student for me. In fact, I was very ready to help her. I had so much in store for her, and I was preparing a curriculum, setting things up, ready to tutor her, but she never got back to me again. So she was the one person that I was very hopeful and very optimistic about, but it didn't work out because she didn't reach back out, which is unfortunate. I don't know whether she got another tutor, but it is what it is. I've also had a couple of others who are even asking me to do, I don't want to say illegal, but unethical stuff. Okay, in my opinion, because they're supposed to do presentations in class, they want me to listen in and give them the answers. You see, stuff like that I couldn't do. But in fact, for that one, I actually saw it 2 weeks later after he sent the message. So I didn't even get time to respond. So I saw it and I was like, oh, I dodged a bullet here because I didn't want to do something unethical either. But for the others, it has just been, they text me, they want to learn. I text them back, they don't get back to me again. So it's just been a back and forth like that, not much action. And it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. That's Preply. And as you can see here, let me just show you the statistics um, or the insights of how my time at Preply has been for the past 1 year, because it's not been easy. But I'm grateful that at least I got an experience with a trial lesson with a student. So who knows, maybe when I do a couple of things here and there, maybe I tweak something here and there, it could help me to gain more customers or students. So as you can see, I've had one trial lesson. It went well, 100% active student. Well, it's saying active student is 100%, which is that student from uh, Saudi Arabia, but we haven't really gone further than the trial lesson. So um, I've had 100%, lessons in the Preply classroom. I've replied within 24 hours, trial follow-ups within 24 hours, 100%, 100%. So I've done pretty well. I'm only short of 3% on my profile score, and I think it's because of my video, which I didn't have a good quality camera because I used my phone. So I'm just trying to work with what I have. I'm trying to be resourceful. Like I told, $24 an hour, which I'm thinking I'm going to reduce so that I see whether I can attract more students. I have 62 popular time slots, aim for more than 63, so I'm one short. But it's because I had 78. But now, because my schedule is becoming tighter, and I'm going to share with you guys the truth about why my schedule is becoming tighter. Because there's so much that has been happening, and I'm so excited to show you guys. But that's why I've had to reduce my time slots. I've actually reduced them today when I've come to the platform. That's why I decided to record this video anyway, because I just saw that I am 366 days on Preply. This is my 363rd day. So I finished a year yesterday. I've had one student, one lesson taught, which is half an hour, half a lesson taught. Like I said, 25 minutes. I didn't earn anything because Preply took all the money, because it's a trial lesson, of course. And yeah, I'm just, trying to, get money from where I can, because why not? Because that's something that I know I can do. I can teach business strategy. And yeah, anyway, it sucks that things haven't really been working out for me on the platform. But these things don't come easy. It's been 1 year. Let's see how this other year comes around. If I get other opportunities that are worthwhile, that they are worth spending my time on, that they make Preply obsolescent, then I'm gonna take those ones over Preply. I'm gonna close out this chapter. But as of the moment, nothing has become big enough or significant enough for to merit me for going Preply. So I'm gonna keep doing Preply. But yeah, that's how far I've come with Preply. I remember you guys were with me when I applied, when I got in. Did I share? Yeah, I think yeah. I think I shared when I got in. So that's my progress so far. let's see how it goes for the next year. So stay tuned. I'll be sharing the updates, but that's how I've come. That's how far I've come. Maybe it's not too far, but these things take time. Good things take time. So Godspeed. I'll share with you the other updates. So yeah, cheers.